so when they come in, we'll just pick on them when they come in. So right now I'm going to turn the attention to Deb Dinkelman, if she's going to get a little thing about. Just the three of you? Wow.
A couple housekeeping things. Bathrooms are on this side. Extra wine is over here. I know Michael has already told you we can't sell the wine, but we will take donations. So the basket is right there. Bar Esvet is celebrating Christmas tonight.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Friends of David City, our community service organization, we've been around for about 6 years now. We've been involved in the community quite a bit. Raise your hands if you've heard of the JC Park renovation. Santa House visitations.
Well, that makes it sound like a prison. Santa House visitation.
Santa visitation.
Santa at the library for kids.
Thank you. Farmers
Santa
market.
incarcerated.
Farmers market. All right, these are all Friends of David City projects. So we're not an exclusive group. If you're interested in joining, we'd be glad to have you. And if you're looking for a night out, make some new friends, we're here for you. So check with any of us that are working around the kitchen tonight. Music in the Park is another one of our meetings. So,
What about music in the park?
we host it.
What kind of music in the park?
Bless
Music
your
in the
heart,
park.
I got your drink.
Five times, once a month, starting in May, once in June, once in July. On a Sunday evening, we bring in musicians into the park. It's a free event.
I'm getting exhausted listening. We bring in rock and roll groups, 70s, 80s, jazz music for those of you like me kind of want to take it down a notch, have a scotch and soda, and
Hookahs, and it's just a fun free event for everybody. So, there. You can talk to me later about that. Basically, Friends of David City are really movers and shakers. We've done a lot in this community, and we're very, very strong and active, and we've got some very wonderful people in our organization, including the very own Michael here. Michael is one of the kindest, sweetest, most generous. He's funny. He's 6'3", tall, dark, handsome.
Deb, you liar. Aren't you lying?
I love your hairshot.
You're
I
lying.
hope you win. No, I really do. I hope you win.
Would you like to do this? Would you like to do this?
You want me to say some things about Michael?
Yes, please.
All right. I have some things to say.
So, let me preface this introduction with, he's getting even with me. So this is a guy, I tell true stories. I went to church, I was going to confession, I'm older, I'm a little slow, I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree. I came in, I looked up, and I swear the green light was on. I opened the door. Without thinking, I said, "What are you doing? You're in my space. Get up and get out." And the priest is like, "You're bound by the confessional. If you heard anything he said," no, I'm not doing that. I'm not in there. I'm going to tell everything I heard. So if he does anything with his intro, you know why.
That's the part about it was I haven't seen him for like months, so I'm like, Michael, hey, how's it going? Didn't know. Kind of forgot I was in confession, but yeah. I didn't confess anything.
Anybody could have made the mistake, red light, green light. I agree that it was stupid for me to go, "What are you doing in there?"
Just hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know Deb just wanted me to come just say a few things about Michael, and of course, you know, I was happy to, especially when I found out that the theme was about love and stuff. Because, yeah, I got some, yeah, who doesn't love love, you know? Yeah, love, man, come on. But, yeah, anyway, kind of reminds me of this one story. Me and Michael were walking one day, and we were approached by this religious sister, and, you know, she smiled at me and gave me a blessing, looked at Michael, threw some holy water on him, and then pulled one of these to repel you. And also, I'm like, Michael, what was that about, man? He's like, well, to tell you the truth, she was my ex-girlfriend. And I'm like, really? Well, I see that didn't really work out for you now, did it? And he's like, yeah, man, after one date, she decided to take a vow of poverty and chastity and just went to a convent, so she didn't have to deal with me anymore.
I'm not a good date, I already told them.
Well,
I wear a ring to keep them away. I'm done, it's over. We're gonna get into that when we play this song.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, at least it's just one of them, right? Well, then he's like, he tells me apparently a lot of his girlfriends are in the convent now. You know, whole convent full of them. So, I mean, Catholic Church thanks you, Michael. Okay, thank you for your service. But no, Michael, I really do love you, okay? Like, whenever you ask for help, I'll come help you, you know? Like, I know, yeah, recently I'm wanting to practice self-defense stuff, and, yeah, the thing one thing.
Let me sit back down.
Yeah, you better sit, yeah. One thing about Michael, if you don't know, he likes to talk with his hands, like this. So, I think he's a little surprised at how good I was at self-defense, because I talked to him a bunch, so I got really good at deflecting. I mean, there's a couple times he almost took out my eye.
That's a perfect transitional point. You should stop there. No, seriously, I have a follow-up to that. So everybody knows, we'll use the $50 word, Michael's verbose. For those who don't do the $50 word, everyone knows that once they start talking, it's like, holy crap, how do you shut him up? So, okay, I'm at the Benedictine Monastery in Schuyler. I have my dog with me. I'm talking to the girl at the counter, and this girl, who I have no clue she is, she walks up and she's standing here. Is that your dog? I said, yeah. She says, when you start talking, I just thought that was something interesting. I'm like, this is a monastery, right? You're a follower of Christ. I just thought it was an observation. Maybe you talk to me. Okay, let me be quiet. Go ahead with the show. All right.
It'd be fun to watch you teach kids arts and crafts when you're swinging your hands everywhere. Safety scissors, you know? It'd be interesting.
Don't let the door hit you.
Yep.
So we got a little song we're gonna play. Minnie's gonna come up here and dance with me. Where are my 50 children? 50 kids. That's it, one guy? Surely not. Yeah, because a couple of you, I know how old you are. Does anybody know this song? Jackie's not 50. She couldn't be 50 if her Avon life depended on it. All right, see, so it's Valentine's, right? We're celebrating Valentine's, other than the Christmas section, which I put candy canes up. I put cheap wrapping paper from Goodwill on the table, which was brought to my attention by somebody here from the monastery, probably. Whoop, hang on, we're just gonna play this for a second because it's gonna tie into this whole thing. Who knows this song? So listen carefully if you don't know the song. Jack, is this one? Electric slide. Somebody said, I heard it too, so it goes, it's 59, right? I can turn, I'm not gonna get hurt. So who knows the song, Shop Around for a Girl? Okay, we're gonna kill that. So let's get some fun going here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Lachance and I do stand-up comedy. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not, I cannot help it. For those of you who don't laugh, I will find you. Laughing and clapping is free. We talk about my mama told me, right, to find a date. When I was a teenager, I went on dates. It was very hard to get a date. And I never had any good luck dating. One girl I went out with, Sally, I took her out to a movie. We saw the movie, got in my pickup truck. We're driving back home. And at this time, this is Southwest Florida, so Fort Lauderdale area, right? And so I've got this pickup, I'm driving her home. Who knows anything about Florida? You know, we have like, occasionally we call them sun showers when they happen, or thunderstorms. They come on immediately, lightning, heavy raindrops, it's ugly. Well, it started to rain, and I really liked Sally, and the track team liked her, the football team liked her. I was president of the horse club, some of them liked her, but I got a date with her. So we're driving back, and I thought, I'm gonna do it, guys, I'm gonna pull off the road. You know, let's not be naive. My mini cousin is here, so I have to watch what I'm saying. This is my little cousin Kaylin, so we'll have tall talk, but then we'll have. So we stop. I pull off the road. I look at Sally. I say, Sally, you just make my heart warm. I think you're beautiful. I think that you're I gotta give you gotta give me a kiss. You know, I paid for the movie. Don't, you cannot tell me that. At least one or two of you out of this crowd has not pulled that. It's just a slip of the tongue. It's a guy that guarantees. Stop.
The dollar night, come on.
I just want a kiss, that's all. And she looked at me and she smiled, that Mona Lisa smile, you know, a little slim smile. And I thought, oh, here we go. And she leaned over and no. Well, you know, a guy being a guy kind of ticked me off. I'm like, okay, well, you know, we lived in the country on acreage. And so this road, this Griffin Road that went west was horrible. Hills up and down. It was worse than the gravel around here. Potholes, dump trucks drove on it. And there was a massive, Florida has a lot of canals. Massive canal, 40 feet across, probably 30 feet deep. And all kind of accidents. And I don't know what came over me. I went, get out. And I did, you know, girls kind of like, I'm not getting out of this truck. She got out. Pouring rain, slammed the door, and she freaking made my mirror come in. Yeah, I got swing out mirrors. Do you have any idea how hard it is in those days in the 80s to have to get out and go around the truck and go, you know, you got automatic mirrors today, it's not a big deal, but if you got a pickup truck, a Ford F-150 with a 5 on the fly, it's like, thank you. So I, being a jerk, drove off and left her. I know, it's horrible. I drove off and left her in the rain. Marriage prospects are going right out the window. You know, I tried to turn the radio on and then I stopped the truck about a mile away and I felt horrible. I did the right thing at that point. Turned around, went back to her, came around, you know, rolled the window down. You have any idea what it takes? Please get in, I'm sorry. And the whole time she's, I don't know about today, but girls in my day, even in the 80s, we had some families, the girls wore dresses. They did not wear jeans. That was literally Paula Calloway in middle school, I remember. She was not allowed to wear jeans. She had to wear a dress. So she's wearing a dress, top, hair was done. It's all soaked. She is soaked and wet. She opens the door, gets in, sits down. She got water all over my seat. Shut the door. She doesn't even put the mirror back, which is really rude. And I'm thinking I'll just drive her home. Then I thought, no, turn and apologize. I turn to her and I go, and out of the darkness, she came with a right hook and she caught the bottom of my chin. And when I came to, we were at her house. And her dad, who was Marine Corps, had a pistol and was like this at the door with the porch light. So it looked like a horror movie. And all I heard was, do not ever come here again. So that first date, it didn't work out. Now, the second date, rumors hadn't got around. It's a small town, so thank God no other girl heard it. I got a date with Debbie. We're supposed to go to Disney World. We were going to go to, I forget, we're going to go to Disney World. Seriously, this is a true story. And we're driving in my pickup. I've got Debbie with me. We're having a great time. We go up this bridge, and there's a dead body. Well, there's a body. We didn't know it was dead at the time. I'm not pulling your leg. It's the absolute truth. There's a body there, and I don't know about how you recover from things, but as a 16-year-old, I didn't want to stop. Well, look, it's not that personal. I didn't put him there. So we stopped because Debbie's like, no, you have to pull over. We have to see what's going on. So apparently they drove into a steamroller. And I just say, God rest his soul, so we don't have any issues. But the fact is, there was literally a body on the road. And then I'm like trying to, let's go to Disney World. Wouldn't that be great? Come on. Oh, I don't feel like it now. I don't think that would work. And I don't feel good about anything. And then the whole time I'm like quietly going, why do we have to die there? Why didn't you just die above us? You know how much it costs to go to Disney World? What it takes to put away tickets for that? It's a 186-mile drive. Why did he go off the bridge? I mean, we were on a bridge. You could, not have called an accident. I'm not a jerk. So Debbie and I had a second date. We went to a horror movie. Who's seen Friday the 13th? I'm not pulling your leg. I did not know you could stab people on film. I did not know you could cut their heads off. So we go to this movie. I've got popcorn. I've got a Coke. I'm sitting in my chair, and they're playing it. I don't do horror movies anymore because of the music, like Jaws, And so we're watching, and the girl's walking around the house, right? Because white girls do this all the time. Nobody else. Nobody's out there. Should I open the window and look? Yeah, sure. Stick your head out. The guy with the mask is right there with the big butcher knife. Go ahead. What is it with movies? The tidal wave's coming. 35 white people are like this. I don't know. No, it's, yeah. If you see a tidal wave coming, people, and you stay, I will call you out on Facebook. Kid climber, you're going to be the first on that list. If I see you looking and you're not moving, if you say I'm too old to run, I got too much going on. Asteroid hits the Earth and can't tell you. Is that a dust cloud? Oh, that's from that asteroid. Damn, that looks bad. Honey, go put the tractor in the shed. There's a dust storm coming from that asteroid. That's $180,000 I can't have outside. It might take the damn paint off of that fiberglass top. I get Deb to go out with me, and we go to the Friday the 13th movie. She looks in the fridge, and I'm like, something's going to happen. When she shuts the door and looks, he's probably going to be standing there. She shut the door and looked, nothing. Well, then she turned, and he was there, and he was like, and I was like, oh! And Coke and popcorn. Everywhere. So, Deb, thank God, I'm not getting undressed. Stop looking. I don't know. You had a moment there. I know you're married, right?
I am.
You should have said yes. I'm not trying to body slam you. Yes, I'm married, and her name is. That's it. Trust me. Because when you hear this next part, you're going to be like, no, Mike, I'm married. Go away. Deb and I, she's so sweet. We leave the Friday the 13th movie early because it was like this. Because you can hear all the, I didn't know you could do that. If you stick the butcher knife into plastic, it sounds like it's going into skin. I'm like, who tested that theory? Look, it sounds. So she threw in the towel and we left. We get to my house in Fort Lauderdale. My parents were in for the night. My dad works nights, so it's just mom, and we have acreage. So to give you an idea of our house in Florida, it was pretty cool. Dad was an artist, and he knocked some stuff out of the park. Our back deck off our glass doors ran this room. We had a pond with waterfalls, a centerpiece and rocks. We had a swimming pool with a roof truss over it and telephone poles with swings. We had a pasture, we had a corral, we had stables. The coolest part comes here until Deb and I went out there, but we'll get to that. We had a 2-story deck over the canal out back. So Dad had a guy come, he found telephone poles in South Miami, because they leave them lying around, and brought them to the house. Had a guy drill and put the telephone poles in, 60 feet. My dad worked for Eastern Airlines. If any of you don't know what it was, they're out of business, but he used to work for Eastern Airlines. He got the floor to a 727, which is aluminum with wafers, and brought them home and used them as the base for the deck, because it doesn't rust. I don't know about the plane, if like those people were upset. Where the hell did the floor go? But we had the floor, and then he actually brought, I swear to you, it's true, brought the coach seats. So we could sit out on the deck, you know. Seriously, my dad was creative. Well, then he decided he built a second deck so we could jump off into the canal. The second deck, I can promise you, swear to you, higher than the ceiling. So probably at least 18 feet up. I promise you, because my brother and I were arguing, and he was doing this twist off the top deck, and I was on the lower deck, and it was just blind luck. I say blind because it fits what happened. I had a handful of sand, and we used to fight, my three brothers and I. And I knew he was jumping off, and it just happened that luck would have it, I would go, and right dead in his eyes. Oh yeah, you've never seen my mom angry. Oh, God. Women have a funny way when they get angry, they don't have to say nothing. They don't have to, my mom. I have to take your brother to the hospital. You should stay here. My mother was a classy lady, a loyal lady. She was born and bred in Nebraska, but you did not want to wrong her. My mother killed a water moccasin one time at the house in Florida. I'm like, you were late for school? No, Mom. Nope. No. So I get Debbie to go up to the top deck with me. Right? Beautiful views of we literally had Everglades behind our house. And if you were looking for a second date, and this is the truth, there was a women's penitentiary about 15 minutes away. That's funny. That's funny. When's the last time you got a date from a women's penitentiary? You want to know if you've got the guts or the courage, you go up to a fence line and go, hey, psst. It's electric or no? No. Come here, what's your name? No. Yeah, because in Florida, I was a sheriff's deputy, so I can tell you that anything over 365 days, murderers, rapists, women, they go to penitentiary. So there were some rough ladies there. So that was the only artificial light they got was over there. But we knew. So we go up to the top deck, Deb and I are sitting up there, and beautiful out, moonlit night. Crickets are there. It's Florida. You got all kind of wildlife. Water moccasins, rattlesnakes. We have Florida panthers. You're going to be all right. Ducks here. Not Doc Schwan, but somebody. All right, hang in there. 30 minutes. So I don't think I'm not a Don Rickles kind of comedian. If you know Don Rickles, he goes after people. It's not my cup of tea, but I will keep an eye on him. That's twice now. So Deb and I are sitting on the deck with our feet hanging over, and literally, if you don't know, we have snakes, black racers, blue racers, king snakes. King snakes are called that because they can kill any other snake, and nothing will happen to them. King cobras, whenever bite them, they're utterly impervious, so they're called kings. But they're non-venomous, so they can't hurt you. Coral snakes, red and yellow deadly fellow, black and yellow friendly fellow. That's how you knew if the one was dangerous or not. You had to know all that live in there. And then the canal, alligators. We literally, again, not pulling your leg. I had a pet alligator. Yeah, 2-footer. And then I had a pet raccoon. And then it was just a pet alligator. Look, it was the raccoon for a dime a dozen. So, but we had to give the alligator up. Florida Freshwater wanted it back. So Deb and I are on the top of the deck, right? Yes, Gary. How many?
Show me again how long 2 foot is.
And measurement.
After I have the second cocktail, that python was so big, he could have ate the whole room. So we're up on the deck. It does get funny, right? Yeah, we're up on the deck. Deb and I are hanging out, talking. I'm sorry, who? What? If you talk, I'm coming at you. You said something. Huh?
We're talking about wine. We
Need some wine. If you need wine, seriously, we'll get you hooked up. I will stop. I will stop if you need a bottle. So the bottle's just so we ask you to please make a donation.
Yes.
What do you want? Do you want to come and take a look?
That's all
want a Chardonnay, you want a white, like a 71, or do you want something more sweet, like a Moscato? Moscato, do you want a Moscato too? Couple of Moscatos, ladies. Please eat up, you paid for it. Take the chocolate, take the sausage, take it all. Lest we have to throw away. So, well, I think, I should say I apologize. The God's honest truth is, Tammy's husband, Sean Fluff, made those circulars by hand.
Wow.
Yeah, so that, no, Lash can leave it. All right, we're good? Thank you all for your patience. All right, so Deb and I are on the top deck. We're looking at our campsites. It's romantic, it's peaceful, moonlit at night. We got some crickets chirping in the background, right? We're sitting up there, hands here, and no problem with kissing Deb. She was a kisser, so we're kissing. And just perfect, just perfect. I'm thinking about the days of us married and what the kids will look like with her hair. And well, she had that hair. Yeah, I brought nose hair trimmers to one of our dates, and she got all angry. Well, look, she was Italian. You can't help it. You gotta say something. So the polite thing to do is just put nose hair trimmers on the table. So, hang in there. We border on, so everyone, it's all in good fun. It's not totally crass, but anyway. Hey, welcome to the party. Yeah, all right, welcome. Just in time for a lesson on me. So after a few minutes, after some time sitting out there visiting and kissing and being friendly and all that, I finally go. Mosquitoes got to be a problem. We all know Florida's got mosquitoes, and I'm kind of doing this. I said, look, we probably should go. And we both stood up, and I went like that. And yeah, I know, it was pretty bad, right off the top there. Look, accidents happen. You know, Florida, we got two types of horseflies, brown and black, and the black ones are that big, well, probably that big. I see a 3, what's that?
Never mind.
That just took care of that. Yeah, so there she was, kind of slow-mo, like a horror movie with Friday the 13th, off the top of the deck, hair fluttering in the wind, dress out. Looked beautiful, kind of with the black background. You know, what am I gonna say? You know how divers, sometimes when divers dive, they actually hit the water and just little tiny ripples, nothing. Deb was gonna do a solid back flop right in the water. I mean, if you had been a pool covered with plastic, she was going down. And the whole time I could see her mouthing stuff. I thought she said, I hate you. And then I was like, no, why would she say such a thing? And she's going down into the water. Well, then I can see ripples around her, right? From the different parts of the canal. Probably an alligator. Probably a water moccasin. And if you don't know anything about water moccasins, let me promise you, they are aggressive. If you get in their space, they will keep after you until you get out. We had some in our shaving pile with our horses. Shoveled the shavings out of the way, and 2 moccasins were there, and they chased me to the house. If you don't know, this is a true story. My dad got bit by a rattlesnake. We had big insurance then, but we didn't get any money. He lived. But it is a true story. He got bit. I got angry and broke a pitchfork. He reached to get it, and the rattlesnake got him right on the hand. Turned his veins black. So Deb, down, hit the water. I thought I better go down, because I'm not jumping in. It's a canal, it's not like the ocean. She wasn't gonna drift anywhere. I got down there, and I'm like, you know, we have a boat ramp, so it kind of goes down at an angle, and I'm like, Deb, come here, go to the boat ramp. Go to the boat ramp. Gator. Finally got her to go, swim. I didn't realize she had the dress, was dragging her down. So I got a rope or something. And she got to the boat ramp, and she kind of had that look like Sally did, like she stood up. And we don't have seaweed in our canal, but we do have like weeds and brim that will feed off the fleshy parts. And she looked like she had like a cut, I don't know. So yeah, if you don't know brim, they're probably like carp, not carp. What's the? No, we have freshwater fish over near Wahoo. What's the Perch?
Bluegill, crappie?
Leeches, thank you, that's perfect, yeah, anyway. Got her to come up out of the water, I got her to the bow ramp, she was safe, and then she did say what she said, which is, I hate you. It's not a perfect world, people. So I was 17 at that time, you think, well, Michael, what happened to your dating life? My father and mother, rumors started to generate. My father said, we're going for a drive. I said, where are we going? We're going for a drive, we gotta talk. We stopped at the Air Force recruiting office, and my father got out, and what are we doing here? You're going away. And I was only 17, but apparently if your parent is with you, they can sign for you. And he signed for me. And like got me a job as a security policeman in the Air Force, which I did not want to do. And that was it. I got shipped off by December and turned 18, and I was out of the house and gone, and of course I guess the neighbors. One less potential candidate for my daughter. So during my military career, I kind of kept to myself the first 3 years. I was stationed north of San Francisco, so you can guess where this is going to go. My buddy and I, we went out. You know, guys go out. We got in the car. We said, we'll go to San Francisco. We're going to go out. We go to downtown San Francisco. It's 1986. San Francisco is a little different then. It's not much different now, but at that time it was a little bit more liberal and different. And we went to the Blue Dolphin Bar and Grill drag show. I didn't get that whole part at the end. I just got the Dolphin Bar and Grill. And we went inside and there was some kind of ceremony going on, and he and I are standing there and we're drinking a beer and we're looking at the women and we're just thinking, big women in here. Some of them got like an excessive makeup, like bright red lips, and just disturbing. And you know, and then we hear, you may now kiss. And I looked at him, I looked at her, I think we should leave. Well, apparently we were married during a ceremony at the Blue Dolphin. I don't know if it's legit, but I do know we left. Yeah, and then unfortunately it doesn't get any better. So I got transferred to Belgium. I speak French, and the military found out about it. They needed a liaison to work with the Belgian military. If you're a staff sergeant, non-commissioned officer in the Air Force, you can put down where you want to go. Where are my military people? What branch? Oh. I remember you in the shadow. With Sally. Anybody else? Thank you very much for your service. Who else we got military? Anybody? Regards, thank you very much for your service. What branch?
Navy.
God bless you. I can't stand being on a boat. My brother did 10 years on the USS Duluth, and no thank you. No. And I went on a sub. What boat were you on?
USS Saratoga was
No kidding,
the
really?
ship that my squadron on, but I was actually in the F-14 squadron.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Oh, yeah. Tom Cruise. You flew out 14 Tomcats.
I launched and recovered them.
Where did they go?
Huh?
When you said launch, the Marine guy's going, well, they don't always make it off the deck. You know, yeah. Because I was at San Diego at North Island, and we went on the boat with the captain of the USS Constellation, which is a massive carrier. And he said there were times when, if the deck was full and they needed the deck, they push aircraft right off the, you know, 35 million up now, right off the deck. And I just was blown away by that. He was like, no, the deck's got to be cleared. If they can't get it down below, off it goes. Wow, taxpayer dollars hard at work. So, okay. Anyway, so I got orders, and I looked at the orders, and I had put down MacDill Air Force Base, Eglin Air Force Base, Patrick Air Force Base, all bases in Florida. And I got Belgium Air Base, somewhere in North Florida. Does anybody know where Belgium is? Anybody? It's north of frickin' France. So I go to my first sergeant, I'm like, where is Belgium? Is that like north of Orlando? South of Homestead, and I just listen, because you're an idiot. It's in Europe, you're gonna go work for NATO. On purpose? You told them you speak French. I said, I put that down as a courtesy. Well, guess what? They need a liaison to the Belgian military. Okay, fine. So I'm dressed for Florida, shorts, my Nike sneakers, tank top, Air Force hat. I get on a Pan Am 747 out of New York Kennedy Airport over to Belgium. I get on the bus, and I do speak French, so I get on the bus, and the bus are like, oh, no, I can't, skip to the back, go to the back. Right, Jane? But she doesn't speak French. I have some Canadian cousin in here, so. Anyway, so lo and behold, I thought I'm in another country, what can hurt if I start dating again? I don't think that's funny. Excuse me. She's Doc, boy. Guess if I ever come back to your building. No, my puppy dog's here with her head bent backwards watching. So I went out. Now, I met a lovely East German girl, Helga, Von Trapp. You think, Michael, you're full of it. No, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. 1987, Europe. The wall is still up. Those of you who don't know, the East German wall is still up. Checkpoint Charlie still exists. And we had East Germans, spies, at our disco clubs, meeting with the American guys, going, oh, you're so handsome, you're beautiful. I think you're the most beautiful man in the world. I think you're gorgeous. What do you do on base? I'm a security policeman. Oh, that's fantastic. I think you should, maybe I can go on base with you and check the base. Maybe you could show me and give me a tour. Sure, why not? So I took her to a brand new weapons storage area where we keep notes. For those of you who leave here and share that, you will be targeted. Okay, because really the story in public was, we can neither confirm nor deny whether there are any nuclear weapons located at Florence Air Base, Belgium. So they're there. No, we can neither confirm nor deny the existence of nuclear weapons at the base. But I will tell you, I don't know either. So $6 billion of your taxpayer dollars during the Reagan administration built a weapons storage area for the Belgians. That was part of the deal, that if we gave them the base, they give us rights to hang out there and put, we call them specials, and they are special. And so I took Helga with me to the base, and I had certain clearances so I could get into the WSA, because it's all security police. At that time in our field, there were no women that were not allowed in our career field. And we were an isolated group. We were not allowed to socialize or be with anybody else on base. We were, security police were in their own thing. So if I came to the gate, I'm like, go ahead. I took her in, we went to what's called Central Security Control. And so this is the truth. You may have seen it in a movie, but there are blast doors. Our blast doors were 5 tons. They operated by hydraulics. They had pins that big, and when they shut, they seal. So there's no chemical or biological agents that can get in. We can talk to me outside about that if you want to know what we really have. So I brought Helga there. Now, the sirens on base are more like, whatever we do, we're like, oh my gosh, are we being bombed? No, the ambulance has a call. But the ones on base are far more aggressive. It's like, and we have lights like at the confessional. Red. Now they have a yellow and they have a green. And so if it's green, you're good to go in and out of those blast doors. And Helga and I are showing around and being like, oh yeah, well this does this and this does that, and we burn. At that time I don't think it matters now, but we literally burned information we got. So if I got a message from Washington, I burned it. And then I had to keep that can handy with the date of the burn. And then the next guy on would verify it. It's crazy times. So, do you know what an exercise is on a military base? When they have an exercise, it means they're doing a practice run of an actual attack. So, guess what happened? The light goes yellow, I run out, the 5-ton door starts closing, Helga is gathering information. I'm like, Helga! Kommen Sie! Kommen Sie! You learned German. Helga starts to run for the door and the door closes, but I got her hand. I got about that much and the door closed. And I felt horrible. I felt horrible. Because that's the third date. You know, Sally with the truck, Deb off the top of the dock. You really can't top something until you take a woman's arm with you. So, the good news is I did not get dishonorably discharged because she was in Central Security Control, because whatever notes she wrote on that arm. So I had that arm. So then she couldn't take that with her to East Germany and give it to the Russians, thank God.
That's just strange.
I love America! And that is the real deal. I traded him for some stuff.
What stuff?
Yeah, that's actually a true story. You could trade uniforms, and so this Russian tanker gave me his hat, and I gave him back Helga. Das ist gut. No, the arm had to stay with the Department of Defense as security issue. Come on. You know, Doc's gonna let second year, you're gonna leave here and be driving home going, you think he's telling the truth? Because that's just no wonder he can't get a date. Good God. I always wondered why he sat at the back of the church. I'm an usher. I'm an usher. I can't sing. If Dee Lanspaugh, who knows Dee Lanspaugh, before I talk about her? Barb knows her. Who knows? She's a local resident. Her husband's a dentist. Barb is a very straightforward personality. So I'll just share the story before we get any further. So I'm in the usher's booth, where I'm supposed to be, singing, and Barb is next to me. She's like 5'4", she goes, Dee, I looked at you because you get me in trouble too. Dee Lanspaugh, she goes, and I realized she's looking at me, and I'm like, what are you doing? Are you mouthing the words, or are you singing? And I'm singing. She goes, oh, you should stop. Hand to God, that's the truth. That is the truth, Tony. You should stop. I've known you since 06. I don't know, what's wrong with your voice? We are in the middle of singing to the Lord. I know we are, but what? Just stop. I can hear you. And I'm like, do you know this is the usher's booth? You're not supposed to be in here. I can't walk up, but you can walk to that next booth. Right around the corner there, you see. You know, there I am being horrible, and I was like dipping my hand in holy water. Splashing her, looking for Doc and Mindy for backup. Mindy, tell her to go. So we're going to do a little transition. From that, I was going to talk about the fact that I had traveled a lot. And so, how many of you have flown on like a big jet? 200-300 people. Wow, quite a few. Holy cow. Gary, we know you have.
Yeah.
Mr. Harley Davidson. So, I have friends throughout Europe we go visit. In fact, we're going to see one of my best friends in France before too long, and she knows Joanne's an alcoholic. So does anybody not know that? No? Joanne's an alcoholic? No? Sorry, Joanne. She just dumped her glass out. There's nothing there. Anybody want to get Joanne a glass of what? We got a whole bottle right there. If you don't know, I travel with grandmas. I had one of them at the start. Dickelman joined that party. This year, Susie has been with me twice, but she's joining this third time. They've been to Amsterdam, Germany. Where else? Rome, the Netherlands. Yeah, so they've been all over. You know what? They're worse than kids. I wish I had them. I'm telling you, grandmas. Because they don't care. They're 80 years old. They have no filters. I have no filters. Do you not tell me you don't have a grandma that will be like, who is that? Who is that? Go away. I don't know you. I don't care. I don't know you. Get off my porch. Seriously, who doesn't have a grandma that will not hesitate to tell you how it is? Yeah, grandma. Yeah, so we're on the plane, we're going to France, to Amsterdam, and I had extra miles, so I sat up first class. We're on this international flight, it's like 11:30, and the stewardess comes up, and they know I tell this story all the time, but you haven't heard it. And she's like, Mr. Lachance, you know a couple of women in the back? Well, I know a couple of grandmas in the back. Well, they had drank their wine allotment, and so they were curious if they could have one of your bottles. I look at the time, it's 11:30. I've had my chocolate chip cookie service. And I'm like, seriously? She goes, oh, they're up. So I get up. Walk past the galley. I've got them 3 rows back in 12A and B. 265 people are asleep. But 12A and B, the window seat in the aisle, on this side of the frickin' aircraft, the lights are on, they're drinking, cackling, they're playing cards, they got wings on upside down. Oh, here he is. We want your bottle. I'm like, why don't you yell a little louder and wake up half the room? Why aren't you asleep? Go to bed. Why would we go to bed? All right, go back up front. Get his bottle and go back up front. So I'm a glutton for punishment, and like Deb said, I hate you, and Sally said, I think you're an idiot. I have 6 now going. I believe April 1st, I have 1, 2, 3. Where's Christina?
I'm here.
Christina is not going, but her mother is going. So that's 4 grandmas, a partridge in a frickin' pear tree. I've got Susie's daughter is going.
And then you.
And then, we'll see. Yeah, so I'm taking them all to 3 different countries. So this is also true. 3 of them are going hang gliding. 3 of the grandmas are going hang gliding. Deb is going hang gliding, Christina's mother is going hang gliding, and Candace, her daughter, have opted to go hang gliding. You know, with the recent news of all the plane crashes, I'm not really excited about getting into an aluminum pole with you know, they're like, well, we give you a free ride to the top. What about going down? I'll see how you do. You're doing great, Deb. You're doing, oh, shoot. Well, I mean, really, you know, if it's mesh netting and you got entire, you know, huge aircraft going down because of a bird strike, what's it going to be with 2 people in tandem on a kite? I know what I'm doing. You know? Yeah, so I got this trip coming up, and holy cow, if anybody wants to come on and babysit, I'm looking for takers. Seriously. If you think you can handle these 2, she actually confronted a French army guy at the United States Embassy. She's got her tablet out. I can't use my phone. She's got her tablet. I said, Joanne, you can't film here. I can too. I'm an American. But you're on the French side of the fence. My Marine Corps guy probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. You can't be on the French side of the U.S. Embassy. You have to be on the American side because that is technically American soil. And then you can take all the pictures you want. Joanne's there. There's a guard down there with the machine gun. She's got this freaking tablet, which Joanne, you can't film here. I'm gonna film. You know, you cannot, there's a sign, cannot take pictures of her. I'm an American citizen. I can take pictures if I want to take pictures. I'm gonna take pictures. And then this guy over here, this French guy's like, Madame, no, don't do that, Madame. I'm an American citizen. I can take any pictures I want. So ask her if the guy goes, est-ce que tu connais la femme ici? No. I don't know her. I do not know her. Deb knows where I'm going to go next because where there's one problem, there are 2. I told them, quit telling people you're from America. Stop going around going, hi, we're from Nebraska. We're from a small town, David City. It's approximately 88 miles west of Omaha. We live in a small 2-story house with a basement. I have grandchildren. We've lived in America all our lives. And you know what the person said? Me too. Any international national terrorist wearing a turban on his frickin' head. You're right, I live in David City too. I live just by, do you have Subway? Yes, we have Subway. I live by Subway. Sure you do. I worked in Europe. I worked for NATO. I worked for United Air Forces in Europe. So I find it hard to believe. It's like, I'm gonna have a hard time swallowing if Abdul Ben Hassad comes up and says, my name is Bob. Bob, I don't want to be ugly, but I don't believe you. You're not Bob. You couldn't be Bob to save your life. What country are you really from? I am from Syria. Do you know how many Bobs there are not in Syria? Stop. So, needless to say, I leave her with him. I start walking toward the park where Deb is. Deb has made friends. Deb has made a friend. I walk up, and this girl's going, yeah, it must be yours. You must have fallen here. You must have dropped it. I will just give me €5 and you can have it. So she had this little gold ring. And Deb the whole time is hook, line, and sinker. You're right, I probably did drop my ring. Deb, did you bring me jewelry? No. How is that your ring? That's not my ring, get out of here. Do you want to buy it for $5? Jesus Christ. So you guys are gonna go, well then why are you taking all 6 of them? Video footage for YouTube. Seriously, if I can get one of those gliders, pull one of those little pins. I don't want the thing to crash, but it would be cool if I could maybe like the wing kink. Oh, this is going to be a lot of hits on YouTube. Watch this. Don't call me out for being ugly. All right, are you enjoying yourselves?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to hear a really cool story? This is the truth about this is my literal French grandma. His name is France. So you think, well, how weird could it get at this point? My grandma lived in Hendersonville, North Carolina, grossly independent woman. She left Quebec, Canada with her kids and moved to Miami, Florida. Did not speak a word of English. Heavy French accent. My dad is not an American citizen, he's an immigrant. He has a green card. So if you want some money, go tell him he's lost his visa. So my grandma is 87. We're at her house in Florida. She has high ceilings. My grandma, she's this kind of a soul where if she wants something, either you're going to help her get it or she's going to do it herself. And if it means that it means she has to enter the lion's pen to get a ball, she's going to do it still. Dale, don't you move, you filthy ugly. And she'll get the ball. So she's got some Christmas decorations up in the attic. We're there with my aunt, her daughter, and she says, I want my Christmas decorations. I said, Grandma, you don't have a lot. I haven't got that. Okay, well, that's like 12 feet. We'll come back in an hour, we'll get you taken care of. We come back in an hour, guess what she done? She drug the aluminum ladder in, somehow got it jammed up into the roof, there's holes all over the drywall, and she's up there pushing her balls out. It's really sometimes about going to the confessional, because one of the fathers, the truth said, Michael, they're not supposed to say our name. So I went into the confessional, like, Father, forgive me. I said, Michael? No. Sean Kovar. Seriously, one of the priests said my name. And I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. He goes, I know it was you. I just was curious. I'm not going to remember anything. Go ahead. So the big deal comes this time. Grandma, we moved her to Hendersonville, North Carolina from Florida. She wants to go lay out in the back of her townhome. She wants a bathing suit. She's 93 years old. My Aunt Diane looked at her and goes, Mom, we'll get it. We have to go up to my house. We'll be back. I'm sorry, are you busy? So, yeah. So, Grandma, we're at my aunt's house on this mountain home she's got, and also phone rings. Do you know France Lachance? Yes. We have your mother in custody. My name is Officer so-and-so. There are no lies here. You can look it up. I'm with the Hendersonville Police Department and we have your grandmother in custody. My grandmother's 93 years old. She weighs 105 pounds. What could you possibly ask my grandma for? And my aunt's like, we'll be right there. It's just a 5-minute drive. We pull up. There are 3 Hendersonville black and whites. We have an audience. We go into the house. The porch is at the back door, and we're walking back. She's in a robe. And I thought, oh my God. What did she do? She has a, what is it, 18-hole golf course behind her place. So this is the 8th fairway. Grandma was angry that we did not respond to her timely request for her bikini. She took her lawn chair from her back porch. I will do what I want to do. Wait. I will strip her, and she took her clothes off. And she laid out on the 8th fairway. If you were a golfer on that day, God bless you, because I'm gonna line this putt up, Rich. Jesus. What is it, Bob? What the hell is it? What? Oh my God. She's naked. And so my grandmother was arrested for public indecency at 90 years old in the back of the house. I have a very odd family, and so I hang out with odd people. They're the ones who take the trips with me. My cousin's here, but we're not going to talk about her just yet. No, I promise I would not talk. She's my cousin. I love her, and I promised her I wouldn't talk about our trip to Disney. Although I did take Joanne to Disney. I'm an American. I can take a picture of Mickey Mouse if I want to take a picture of Mickey Mouse. There's nothing you're going to do to stop me from taking a picture of Mickey Mouse. Sure, okay, have at it. Okay, so we're going to have a little break here for a second. We're not going to stop the show, but we're going to do a card trick. I have to find a couple people, or one person anyway, somebody new, to help me with this card trick. Who's good with tricks? Tricks are for kids. Just wait here, I'll be right back. Anybody need to use the restroom? Now's a good time while I get set up.
Hey, sir? No. How's it going? Michael?
What's up?
Is this what you're looking for? Your deck of cards?
I've got a few.
Oh, the big ones, okay.
Yeah, big cards. Can you use the restroom? Probably right now would be a good time. Take a couple minutes break before we go on. If you have any questions, we'll be taking them later today.
Can I get outside company?
You're on my list. Anybody? No. Anybody want to take a chance? Best thing out of Alabama. Who has a college education in here? All right, you're fired. Nobody. The interstate. We're getting there, don't you worry. It's gonna be a long night. Thank you, how you doing, Marcus? Oh, wait till I get to this card trick. It's stupid, but it's funny. Let's see how many people I can catch off guard. Hey, bless you. Please keep the COVID to yourself. Do not spread COVID. Maybe not. Sean comes to visit, we're having a nice talk, he leaves, my dog gets up and she's growling. And I'm like, my dog doesn't normally growl, service dog. And I'm like, what the? And I get up and there's a chicken. During the day, in the window, a blue chicken. The whole getup. And I'm like, what the? 911. Sean, dressed as a WWE chicken. I swear to you, so he's in the, I have the picture, he's in the window like this. And my dog is like, I need to bite that and I'm like, yeah, please. Because, where in your life, I've been all over the globe. I really have. I've been to Japan, South Korea, South America, all over Europe, Asia, and I'm like, I have never had anyone dressed as a flippin' chicken. And then, and my poor dog, she's ready to bite him. So then he did go down to the Lincoln WWE for the wrestling match and made the news.
Go Sean!
Yeah, front row seat.
So Sean at the mental health facility is considered special.
Mother always tells me that. So.
And I know he takes it. Our son is special. Special K, who said that? No, which one did you say? You didn't say Special K. Tricks. When I worked as a sheriff deputy in Florida, Dayton Beach had a lot of tricks. A lot of girls doing tricks. Yeah, a lot of arrests in those days. Not every one of them was a woman. It's a very different time in 1988 in Fort Lauderdale with being a cop. Holy cow. So here's a true story for you. Best friend Jamie Garrison, he's a sheriff's deputy, he works with me. So if you don't know, you can have two types of accidents as a cop. You can have contributable or non-contributable. Non-contributable is what you want, because if it's contributable, you're responsible. Jamie, we have take-home cars when I was a sheriff. So Jamie wrecked his take-home car and it was contributable. So he lost his car. He got 30 days suspension, he got a walking patrol. Do you have any idea how hot it is to be in a bulletproof vest, front and back, with a flap? Because you don't know with a flap, I mean, you've got the vest, right? Solid piece of steel. Something's burning. I can smell it.
It's not.
Somebody should have eaten the salmon. So Jamie is on a walking foot patrol at US Sample Road US 1, which is kind of the heart of like Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach. There is a car chase going on. I'm with Jamie giving him a break. He's sitting in my car, air conditioner to cool him down. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. There's a car chase. Rule of thumb in Florida is if the city, were you in there for it? Brett, did you break one in the bathroom? Because something was burning out here. Well, not in the bathroom. No smoking, go outside and smoke.
Correct.
So Jamie is in my car taking a break. And I said, I got the call. I'm 1 Alpha 305, which is midnight shift. 3 is our district, 5 is the car. And I said 1 Alpha 305, there's a chase. Pompano Beach is going out of their city limits. The county has to take the chase over. So we're responsible for chasing. So I saw the car coming. Jamie looks at me and he goes, just go. I go, I'm not going to keep you in the car. I'll get freaking walking patrol. Just go. They're not going to know. Just go chase it. Let's go chase. Come on, just go. Well, it'll be like the old days. You and I chase it. I said, okay, fine, whatever. I take off after the car. I just don't have good luck. I chase this guy, and this is the charge. So, can I see one of your hats without the glasses? Those of you who are drug addicts should know this. I have a baseball cap. I'm selling you narcotics. When you take the narcotics, I go, hey, thank you. What does that do? It alerts the guys that are the detectives as well as the marked units, because you cannot arrest somebody undercover without marked cars around to tell them that it's a real arrest, that they're not trying to steal your drugs. So guy takes the cap off, this guy's trying to buy crack cocaine, he flees, I pick up the chase. Jamie Garrison's in the car with me. We are chasing this guy over to North Fort Lauderdale into Deerfield Beach. This is where it got bad for me. He went into the Deerfield Beach County Cemetery. I didn't kill nobody. They're already dead. But he did. He went into Deerfield Beach Cemetery, ran into some headstones with this 1998 Pontiac LeMans wagon. In those days, those LeMans wagons were small, but they were solid. Solid like a 77 Caprice Classic wagon. So when he hit a stone, like knocked the corner off. Hit another stone, knocked it over, drove over towards the car, kept going. We're chasing him. And it's good to have a partner in the car because I'll call in, I'm driving, excuse me. They're calling in. Went out for 305, we're northbound 6. Went out for 305, speeds are now in excess of 100 miles, and we were over 100 miles an hour a couple times. So we get him into a cul-de-sac. So that's it, right? Jamie and I are in the car, we go into the cul-de-sac, he goes right up into this carport and wrecks. Jamie says, I'm gonna go across the car, I'll go over this way, you go over here and see if you can't cut him off. Got out, go around, and I catch him at the chain link fence. Chain link fence are all over the floor. Catch him with chain link fence, it's done, stop. Take him back to my patrol car to take him into custody. Normally, nobody of authority ever comes out. Like lieutenant, captain, my lieutenant is there. And he is in French we call it baldefis. You know what it means? Oh. Means a screwball. Baldefis literally means screwball. It could be something else, but it's a clean shot. I can't use the bad language. And then I would have to go to confession, and who knows if Sean will be there. So, needless to say, my lieutenant is there. I'm with the guy, and Jamie is there. And my lieutenant literally walks up, and he always had to think about crossing his arms. All right, what went down? Well, we went here, went this, and he goes, what are you doing here? Well, and Jamie put this show on. Give me a minute, Lieutenant. I heard the call, and I saw the car go by, and I knew Mike had to go after him, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to help out. And I started jogging up US 1, and sir, I swear to you, it was tough with the vest on, but I jogged, and I went into a dead run, and I knew they were up north of Deerfield. Hang on a minute, sir. and I came to help him. And my lieutenant, the hand went up. You jogged 7 miles. On a police chase over 100 miles an hour, and you arrived here when he got here. Well, I didn't say I arrived here when he got here. Hang on a minute, sir. He's pulling on his vest and let the heat out, because that's what you do that. You pull on your shirt and let the heat out of your vest. And I'm like, this idiot, he was in the car. This guy's running his mouth. I'm like, you shut up, fella. He was in the car. No, he was. You know what you're talking about. Bit the snot. Because in our day, it was like, you've got to learn to behave and stop committing felonies. Now it's, everybody with their cameras, and you can't do any police behavioral therapy. The good old days. We used to leave seatbelts off, and they would slam on the brakes and be like, go! Oh, all right. Yeah, I bet that metal grate was hard on your face. So, I didn't say I did it, I just was giving you an example. So, Jamie tells the lieutenant this true story. So that's what happened. Deputy Lachance, before I take action, are you going to tell me that's what happened? I don't have good feet, sir. I can't do a walking patrol. Is that the story you're going to tell? Because if that's the story, so here's the thing about if you ever tell a lie, everybody tells the same lie. Don't do it, but in those days we were told if you went to court, everybody tell the same story. Whether it's lied, I tell the same story. And I just quietly was like, Okay, So I'm not gonna use a curse word, but he said, let me get this right, you're not gonna change this bull story, and you're sticking to this, that he ran 7 miles, 100-mile-an-hour car chase. I just wanna get this clear in my head, because I have to tell the same story that you're telling, and so I get burned, like, we understand what's in there. Okay, all right, is there anything else? Nope. So, yeah, Jamie, we wrote it that I was in pursuit. And, oh, so this, God's honest truth. I got a letter from the mayor of Deerfield Beach banning me from the city. Seriously, okay, she wrote my sheriff, she's like, Deputy Lachance violated our cemetery by destroying private property and damaged grass and destroyed. If he hadn't have pursued this guy, we would have lost 22 headstones. If he comes into the city limits of Deerfield Beach, he will immediately be taken into custody. And I'm like, you try to pull me over with my police car. No, I will ram you. I'm not stopping. Yeah. You watch Cops, right? You think, is that real? No. That's what you watch on Cops started in my county. My sheriff started that program. I was on Cops, and it was like, why are there 13 police cars here for a drunk in the ditch? It's part of the Cops program. Fire truck. Do y'all have any idea what it costs when a cop car comes out, the fire truck comes out? I'm just gonna say so then we'll get on with the show. Thousands. The fire truck alone, if they go out on a call in Fort Lauderdale, it's $3,000. EMS goes out, it's another $2,000. The minute they leave the station, there's a price tag attached to that call. So if they come out with the fire truck and with the EMS, and then 2 or 3 cops, another $500 per car. So that call for that drunk in the ditch, $6,000 to the taxpayer. Yeah, a little scary. So when you buy your home and you all get married, you're engaged? Well, wait a minute, how's that work? I'm wearing a ring.
I'm already married, so I'm good.
Oh my gosh, you sound like one of my friends in Georgia. The South will rise again. I lived in Georgia 15 years, and I had a guy, I worked at Playtex, oh my God. It's just, you know what, how late do you want to stay? So after, I actually, my dad got me a job at Playtex at the factory. I thought I was going to be doing maintenance. Let me show you what I was doing. I put material onto a press. I had a large steam loaded press, and I would go like that, and I would put a die down. It was a 55D double D. Anybody want to just expand on that, what that is?
A lot of fun.
It is that was one side thing. You have any idea what the weight? So the weight to lift the die, it was 8 pounds. So okay, that's one. 2. So the ones that went to Walmart, they got a sticker that said, what is it, value, whatever. But those same material cuts went to Victoria's Secret. So that $23 one at Walmart was $65. That's not what they did. Put the label on. But yeah, 55D double Ds were sent to South America. And I was responsible for cutting bras. And the guy in charge of me was a born and bred Georgia boy. And he would come up, how's your mama doing? How's your family? I said, they're all good. How's your ditty? I don't dance. No, your ditty, your mama and your ditty. Don't you have a ditty? If your mama's married, she would be married to a ditty. You mean my daddy? Well, yeah. Yes, he's fine. Thank you. I'm glad we got through that. I don't have to take a half an hour. I heard your brother is this is true. It's very rude, but I was like, I heard your brother is like applied for a manager's job. He has. I didn't know he had college. He ain't got no college. He don't need no college. You're right, he don't need no college. You hit that right on the head. He don't need no college. So in Georgia, you are required to take 2 semesters of Northern aggression. If you want to graduate, you have to take Northern Aggression 201 and Northern Aggression 202. And the first words out of my professor's mouth, we did not fire the first shot. And for the sake of us that have to go to confession, I'm just going to say what he said. Them sons of bitches come down south. They violated our land. They violated our rights. They tried to take away our workers. What, hang on a minute. What'd you call them? Workers. So that's the argument of the South. If you drive anywhere in I-75, you got Confederate flags for days. So it's getting late, so let me get on with it. I don't even know what to do with my cards. Oh, here we go. So Devin, right? Now you get quiet. What's up?
I was just wondering, are you playing with a full deck?
You know, I got splinters in the windmill of my mind. I got an oar on each side of the boat, but they don't spin. If I was a turtle, I'd been upside down all day, baking in the hot sun, looking for help, and Gary, you were of no help. My mama told me you better shop around. So Devin's going to join me in this card game. Who thinks they know that, like, they're going to have me figured out? Some of you who were here for the card game last time, I know there are some who saw the trick. Please, out of courtesy, for those who did not, don't tell them. I know you know the Pollock joke. Oh, I didn't do the Pollock joke, did I?
What?
One more and then we'll get on with the card trick. I promise you, I know it's late, it's Saturday, we're all grown ups. If you need to go, please, it's okay, go ahead and head out. So when I flew to Poland to visit my friend Marcin Novotny, I went to see him, I was there, and on my flight I had, this guy was a down and out devout Hasidic Jew. If you don't know the Hasidics, they wear prayer boxes on their head. They are militant. And on my right was Islamic, oh yeah, I'm serious, Islamic. This one is reading the Torah, this one is reading the Quran. They're reading from right to left because they read backwards, and they got to arguing. Yeah, there were apparently a group of Hasidic Jews going from Jerusalem to Poland to visit Krakow and then to go to the Warsaw Ghetto where the Jews were killed. And I'm like, you don't understand the journey of the Jew. Oh my God, time to get up and move. Anyway, that's for another time. But so Marcin, my Polish friend, he got upset because somebody made a Polish joke. So it's a true story. I said, what is the problem? Why do, and he says in fact all the time. So he said, Marcin, how are you? In fact, I'm doing fine. Marcin, what are you doing today? In fact, I am working on a chemical experiment with 2 beakers and the probability that there will be success with the quality. Okay, stop, you're scared. So I visit Marcin, and he's why do Americans make Polak jokes? And this is not a joke, this is a serious conversation. I said, I don't know, it's just something we do. Okay, well, in fact, I want you to tell me a Polak joke, and I want to know why it is directed at my people. Because that's a diplomatic thing to do, having worked for NATO. Right? You want to go to a host country and go, hey, I've got a joke about your nation. I said, all right, I'll be a good sport. How many bullets does it take to unscrew a light bulb? Anybody? Marcin is like this. What does it matter how many of those people to, in fact, unscrew a light bulb? 3. Why would it take 3? Because you need 1 person to hold the bulb and 2 to turn the light around. Dude, cheeks were ashen, they turned red, brow crunched up. He looked at me. In fact, this is ridiculous. Why would Americans think we would not unscrew the bulb ourselves? This is crazy. Do you know we are the home of Copernicus, the most famous scientist in the world? And do you know that we do not need 3 people to unscrew a light bulb? You just simply put your hand and you can just turn it. Why do you think we need 3? I'm like, dude, you asked. You asked. Holy cow, talk about a diplomatic fray. Phone calls to the Polish embassy, they wanted to know why it took 3 people. Let me fix it. If you were in Alabama, how many Alabamans would it take to unscrew a light bulb? I'm sorry, I put Pollock in there by mistake. All right, ready for the card trick? All right, honestly, for those of you who've seen this trick, please. Barb. All right. You ready? So Devin is gonna play in this game. How many think you got this figured out what I'm gonna do? Anybody? Put your money where your mouth is, other than those of you who know the trick. All right, did you just sneeze? Oh. I don't want bird flu. I don't want bird flu. Okay. Pick any card. Sure. Show it to everybody at the table. Did you get 1 card? Yes. All right.
You have enough?
Putting it back. Right? Now she just-
That one? Oh,
it's all right.
quite that sweet. No, this one's kind of like in the middle. I think.
That's right. You don't need one. Ask my friend. He don't need no college. You don't need to put the card back. All right. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to channel for a minute because I'm going to tell you what your answer is. All right. Do you think I can tell you what your answer is going to be? You think so? Yeah. You're sure? Yeah. Okay. And if I don't, what's your answer going to be? No? All right, hang on a minute. I'm gonna go write it down. Jackie, who took the marker? Oh, for crying out loud. You know, it's hard to do a show and keep people here for 2 hours when you don't have your stuff together. Who's tired and wants to go home? It's okay. We're all older. I know. I'm ready to take a nap. All right. Devin? Nothing on here. I'm gonna write your response down. How long have you been engaged?
Since November?
Well, seconds.
Or something.
Who said or something? Oh, I thought it was like an inside scoop that you were stalling. Did you get the ring? What about the money? Yeah, we'll talk later. Christina, you work at a bank. You know what to say to her. Get the credit cards in your name. If you're older, most husbands will tell you that the credit cards are no longer in their name. They're in their wife's name.
Correct.
I'm making count my debt. What do you have that for me?
You don't use them.
Is she all right?
No.
Would you like me to call somebody, honey? I don't feel like you're good. You know, we call it Baker's Act in Florida when we have to commit people for mental health concerns. Myers Act is if you're drunk, but Baker's Act is when you've lost your nut. She's just a squirrel in a tree and she doesn't know where to go. Tail up, running around. So I'm gonna ask you, because I think I have your card, and your response probably would be, yes, that's my card, right? Yeah. You're nervous? That's a tough one, that sounded like high school. No, I don't know what she did when I took her. Is that your card?
No.
You got your $20. You want me to autograph that, Devin? It's nearing the top of the hour, so I have one star. I got to do Christmas stuff for the Schwan group. My cousin is here, and it's her mother we're gonna talk about, my Aunt Donna. My Aunt Donna was the kind of gal you could call, and you're only gonna know this because you've got a family member that's in this boat, right? You call and you say, Aunt Donna, how are you? Well, this morning I made 24 apple pies. I was out picking peaches, and I picked 4 or 5 gallon drums of peaches. And then I butchered 22 chickens, and this night I was over, and we cooked beans, and I've been able to get the beans out to the community. And after that, I think I'm gonna take John, we're gonna go to lunch, and then we'll be back to pick corn. Seething. How about you? I'm at Starbucks having a coffee, and I really haven't done squats since. So, really, I love my Aunt Donna. Linda knows I'm having some fun here, but that is my Aunt Donna. I've canned 22, right down the list. I was out in the garden, I killed 6 snakes, she hated snakes. My Aunt Donna kept a hoe on that lawn tractor. It's just a gardener snake, for God's sake. No, she hated snakes. So I bring her up because we would go to Aunt Donna's for Christmas. For those who's familiar, some of you I know are going to see it. Who's familiar with outhouses? I bring that up because we lived in Fort Lauderdale, and in my house I had my own bathroom, my own bedroom. We had washer and dryer in the house. We come to Grandpa and Grandma's, they had no indoor plumbing in the 70s. That is the truth. Linda, my cousins can tell you. We would come to Grandma and Grandpa's, and it was like Little House on the Prairie. Do you have any water? They had what was that thing called by the, no, the barrel, the rain barrel. We had the rain barrel on the side of the house, and there was a metal thing, and they'd walk over, get it, and take a drink, and I thought, no, yeah, because, yeah, Grandma saved rainwater, wash her hair, and one day I'm wandering around the house at like, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm like, well, that's a pantry. And Grandma still using wood burning stoves, swear to you. Stove still in the house, did use it at the time through the 70s. Could cook on it like nobody's business. Wander around the house, Grandpa goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm looking for the bathroom. Oh, all right. I don't know where you live. In my world, we do not pee outdoors. So, if you can't get the right answer from Grandpa, what do? Go find Grandma, because Grandma will do right. I go to Grandma. I'm not peeing outdoors, Grandma, and I have to number 2. Grandma walks me out to the outhouse, and why are they all the way out in the back of the frickin' yard? Why are they not by the house? For God's sakes, man. And the outhouse is never in a safe place. It's like the scene out of Friday the 13th. One dog howls over the kosher shed property, and you're walking out there, and it's like, stop! But this town, my God, we don't have any of, there's no howling in Florida. Florida. And there's the apple orchard you gotta walk past, and Grandpa had junk all over the yard. Piles of, he traded in metals. And he kept furs. So he had a shed full of dead animals with blood dripping out of their nose. He's standing there with a leather thing on and a butcher knife. You kids want to go with Grandpa hunt? No. And he never knew my name. I was always frickin' Skipper Pete. Skipper Pete, you want to come here and help me electrocute some worms? I'm sorry, Grandpa. We want to go out in the morning, we'll go fishing. Let's electrocute some worms. Just wait there. I'm going to talk to my mother. Anybody in here electrocute? You guys know what's up. I've never seen it. So my grandpa, put them in the ground, and I'm thinking, oh my God, somebody call the police. Who electrocutes dirt? So I think plugged it in, and then I had a surprise with the coffee can, and the worms were coming up out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, I get it. So I go out to the outhouse, and we were not rich. We had a 2-holer, one medium, one, well, regular. And then it was glass. you know, so you can look out, I don't know what you're looking at. So, you know, you 10 minutes of. I can't do this. Because I can't see Florida, one thing I couldn't stand was if I went swimming, sometimes if you got far enough out, you can see the bottom of the water. If you were swimming in the ocean, you can't see the bottom. I'm not cool with that. I'd seen Jaws. No, because you've got nothing there to kick. You can't kick him. You know, Jaws is coming for me, I want to kick. So I'm in the outhouse, I'm sitting on the toilet and trying like there's a breeze, which is grossly uncomfortable because if somebody was down there going, would you not, seriously, would you not get up and be like, stop that? You know, like, I don't understand what you need to knock that off on a punch somebody. I don't want nobody blowing them on the heart. Right? You can't, I know. Anybody in here, if I come and blow on your behind, are you gonna be okay with that? Show of hands. So tomorrow morning, this will be a conversation. Michael was he asked me if I ever did blow on his behind. Pay for that show? Well, really, those of you who've used an outhouse, right? There is a breeze, and in the winter, it is far more difficult to get comfortable on wood. So I dropped trowel, sat down. There are noises, and I just don't, because I had to stay in foxholes in South America, and there are always noises. And when you hear noises, is that a guy coming to kill me? Is it an enemy combatant? Is it a local villager? You know, and I'm like,
Ex-girlfriend.
it's a rabbit. You know, no, seriously. In the nighttime, you hear stuff. It's like, shh, shh, shh. Okay, that's Friday the 13th. So we know that's not a rabbit. So I'm sitting there, and my grandpa, I mean, God bless him, I love my grandpa's Arlen Haskell, neatest guy in the world. I mean, he taught me hunting, fishing, you name it. That glass? Skipper Pete, are you all right there? It's taking forever. Any of you comfortable with, you know, this imposing shadow comes over your eyes, and all you see is like the highlights in the moonlight of like cheek and teeth. Are you all right in there? Are you done? Oh my gosh, stop. Not you, like you're all right. I know that look, and she thought I was talking to her. Sorry. All right, dog moment. So needless to say, it's like, oh my gosh, so back to Donna and Christmas. Donna had an outhouse, the white one out back, which never complained to a relative who is over you that you have nothing to do. Don't do it. 9 years old. Hey Donna, we got nothing to do. Oh, okay. I got each of you a pail. I've got each of you a pail, a cute metal pail. We thought that was cool. We're like, a pail, how wonderful. And then we went out and picked up sticks for 4 hours. So here's where the part of Christmas comes in. Dr. Lawrence. My Aunt Donna, I guess she wanted us to be exposed to the reality of how you live in Nebraska, because we go to the supermarket for food. So she's got all the chickens out, and we're petting the chickens, and we're loving on the chickens, and they're warm, and they're hard to eat. You know where I'm going, but hang on a minute, it gets weird. And stupidly, we're like, I'm naming this one Jane. I'm gonna name that one Bob. And Donna rolls out a stump, she sits on that, she gets us a couple of stumps. My Uncle Dale brings out this freaking, I apologize for using that word, forgive me. Brings out the barrel with the hot water. And what? Yeah, and we thought, oh my, it's so dry here. My sinuses are bleeding. I need some humidity. You know, like before, and we were like, wow, this is fantastic. Finally, Aunt Donna's come through for Christmas. She's got the hot water. We're breathing it in. My sinuses are clearing up. We've got the chickens we're being all friendly with. My two brothers and I are like hanging out, and we're just, doing our thing, and it's Christmas, and out like an assassin's blade. She had the most wicked looking, long handle butcher, what do you call it, cleaver, meat cleaver. And she started doing that, 'twas the night before Christmas. Walked to the house. Well, when Santa's on the roof, I'm Donner. I'm Blitzen. I'm Comet. And blood splatter across our faces. Flopping bodies of Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, all these dead chicken reindeer. And she's just humming along, butchering those chickens. We were mortified. I don't know if we came back or not. Oh yeah, because she would wait for us. This is before Epley had gates. They just had a steel door and you walked right out onto the concrete tarmac and the plane's there. My aunt thought it would be there with a little pocket putting her arms crossed. The second time you go after she's had you clean up sticks and butcher chickens, it's like, I'm not getting off the plane. Well, we're going to wind things down. I have a poem for the Schwangs. Oh yeah, for your Christmas thing. We ready? Because they're here for their Christmas party. Yeah, so let's on a serious note, thank you all. I know it's a lot to come up here. I know a lot of you drove some miles. Brent, my cousins have come from the Dakotas. Thank you very, very much for all you did tonight. So the wood tables, Tammy, where's she at? Her husband, her husband, Sean, actually handmade those centerpieces. Charcuterie board. Very nice. I mentioned it because Friends of David City, we put a lot of personal stuff into this. So the music in the park and everything else, helping out with BCAP and they've helped us out. Ken Clymer and all his guys are super generous to the organization. So if you're looking for jazz in the park, if you're looking to help out with the county or the city limits, even if you live out of the county, we're grateful for anything you offer, or you start somewhere you live and connect with us. Our website is www.friendsdavidcity.com. Membership's $25. I'm not updating the website. It's $25 a year. It's $25 a year. But we do a lot for the kids here. So those of you, it's tough to work with people who don't know how to market. Lifetime payment of $25 doesn't work that good. So if you're local to David City and you're going to have kids at some point, it's something to think about because we did build the kids park up north of town. We have renovated some of the swings. We have renovated some of the kids' rides and stuff, which is a very big deal. So just some food for thought. If you're local and you want to join and help us out, that'd be great. We're always looking for volunteers too. So let's get this poem and let's call it night. Everybody's getting kind of tired. So I'm sorry, am I interrupting? Turn your hearing aid up.
There's an embassy, she's taking pictures.
'Twas the night before Christmas, went all through the house. Not a creature was stirring. Maybe not your house. But Grandpa had dead gophers, possums, skunks, and squirrels, and that poor mouse knew better than to stick his nose out. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, full of walnuts. You ever get a stocking filled with walnuts, anybody? Oh, look, another walnut. Oh, look, I got a walnut. Oh, look, another walnut. In hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds. We were snug all night because Grandpa ran the oil furnace in the living room, and what little bit of heat got through the kitchen vents wasn't enough to warm me upstairs. While visions of sugar plums danced through our head. Uh-oh, I lost my place. While visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, we had walnuts. And Mama in her kerchief, Grandpa in his cap. Grandma never wore a kerchief because she used it to clean her runny nose. And Grandpa had a cap all night, but then he was only warm with his head. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Had just settled our praise for the long winter's nap. Let's see. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, Grandpa sprang from his bed to see what was the matter. With his gun in hand, he ran to the window like a flash in his long johns. He jerked the curtains aside, yanked the screen from its place, shoved the shutters out, and dropped the gun out the window into the bed of walnuts. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, his gun and lots of walnuts. When what to his wondering eyes should appear, but a miniature, you'll be doing this. Your kids are how old now?
2 and.
It's all right, think about it, it's all right.
I recognize some stories, but he's not.
Okay, that's all right. Sorry, you've had a turn. Keep up, watch out, see, I'm gonna call her again. How old are your kids, Brittany?
2.5 to 11 months.
Thank God there's love. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reined chicken deer. I heard Grandpa yell from his bedroom. I thought, "Hey, Santa," Grandpa roared, "get your blank off my grass." With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly or walnuts. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and dumped out walnuts. With a black, I need a drink. With a big Hershey almond chocolate bar and small bottles of Seagram 7. Then he turned with a jerk and laying his finger aside of his nose and gave a nod, and up the chimney he rose. He farted so hard and so loud that he flew up the chimney in a smelly dust cloud. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team he gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. Grandpa rushed back downstairs, saw the exchange, then he rushed outside and heard him exclaim, "Walnuts suck." Merry Christmas.